Dear students, let's continue with our yesterday's topic. Yesterday I introduced you to Aldous Huxley and also told you about his literary career which spans from 1914 till 1963, the year in which he died. And during these 4 decades, major changes took place in Europe also. In 1914, the World War was going on, and during this time, scientific development is also taking place. I've also started telling you the story of this novel in brief. I just want to sum up the main points again so that we can continue with the remaining part of the story. This Brave New World is a novel set in a future world, and the people belonging to this world are graded from highest intellectuals to lowest manual workers. Here in this new world, reproduction is a standard laboratory matter, as I have told you, and the time is 6:32 AF. AF means after 4, and the novel opens with a scene at the Central London Hatchery and Conditioning Centre, where its director and Mustafa Mond, one of the world controllers, they were showing this plant to a group of students and presenting a rosy picture of this new world before them. But then we also see that there is some dissatisfaction in some of the people there, like Bernard Marx. He was an unorthodox and unhappy Alpha Plus category man, and he feels dissatisfied with the whole system. Then his friend, another Alpha Plus, Helmholtz Watson, he also feels a kind of vague creative restlessness. On the other hand, there is Lenina. She is a fleshy girl, and as you know, she is a female character in this novel. She produces a feeling of disgust and boredom in both Helmholtz Watson and Bernard Marx. Because Bernard Marx is an intellectual, so he is allowed to visit one of the few reservations left in the world which have remained unaffected by the civilization of the New World. And people there still live like savages according to the people of the New World. So he, along with Lenina, went there, and they also meet a savage there named as John. John is the son of the director of hatcheries with a woman, Linda. But he was living in a reservation in New Mexico, away from the New World. When Bernard and Lenina reached there, John falls in love with Lenina. I have stopped the story here, and I am continuing from this point now. John falls in love with Lenina, but his conventional morality inhibits his attraction towards her physical charms. Bernard seeks and gets permission of Mustafa Mond to take John back to England along with his mother Linda to conduct an experiment on him. With his knowledge of English and his frequent quotations from Shakespeare, John proves to be a great success in London society. Lenina is attracted towards him and tries to seduce him, but he rejects her and repulses her advances because of what he regards as her loose morals. John is initially fascinated by the New World, but finally he feels disgusted with it and revolts against its laws. John's mother Linda does not get much social success in London, as does her son, and lives a secluded life under the tranquilizing effect of the somras, the universal drug, which they used to consume there in the brave new world. After some time, she dies because of having taken an overdose of this drug. John is highly enraged at this and raises a great hue and cry against its use, which, in his view, makes people less human. Bernard and Helmholtz join him in his demonstration against somras, the drug, which intoxicate the people there. The people there grow furious at this and try to kill John, but he is saved by the timely intervention of the police. Bernard, Helmholtz, and John are summoned before the world controller, that is Mustafa Mond, to be punished for their rebellion against the state. Bernard and Helmholtz are exiled to the Falkland Island, but John is detained in order to have a lengthy philosophical discussion with Mustafa Mond. Mond explains to him how the brave new world has no place for art, literature, and religion because these things are detrimental to social order and stability. According to him, happiness consists in sensual pleasures, and emotional attachments and personal relationships are to be treated as mere superfluities. John remained unconvinced by Mond's pleas in favor of the new world and civilization, and he puts forward his own arguments favoring a life of primitive impulses and human emotions. His arguments reveal the incompatibility of individual freedom and a scientifically free and well ordered society. He is appalled by the soulless horror of the new world in which creature comforts and social stability are made possible at the cost of individual freedom. John attaches much importance to God, Shakespeare, father and mother, as well as conventional morality. Unwilling to be retained as an object of scientific experimentation and torn between the simultaneous physical attraction towards and mental repulsion against Lenina, he goes to a lighthouse on the coast of Surrey to live there as a hermit. John reverts to the life of a primitive savage, doing all his odd jobs himself, such as making his tools for hunting and planting a garden. He occasionally lashes himself with his whip when he remembers his lust for Lenina. News of his eccentric behavior spreads everywhere, and people come from various places to enjoy the scene of his whipping himself. Lenina also comes once with the crowd to witness this funny spectacle. At this, John grows furious and kills her by whipping her instead of himself. The next day, when people come there again, they find him having hanged himself in the lighthouse. His suicide comes in the wake of his inability to adjust himself to the way of life or manners and morals of the New World. Thus, the novel ends with an exhibition of the failure of this world to wean the savage away from his attachment to the old world to which he originally belonged. So, this is the story in brief of Aldous Huxley's novel Brave New World. And tomorrow I'll talk about the theme of this novel. Thank you.